He said in his later autobiography, "The world became my candy store, and I didn't have the background to understand what was happening or to appreciate it." After getting through a live broadcast, he would drink massive amounts of alcohol. He began taking pills as those became offered to him by various Dr. Feelgoods. He would also eat mountains of food. After a broadcast, he could go through literally 4 or 5 steaks in one sitting with all the trimmings as well. And he also developed an absolutely volcanic temper, a temper that terrified those who were around him. On one occasion, he was on a promotional tour of the US and was staying at the Drake Hotel in Chicago. Now, I have to explain, this is when hotels had windows that would open. Remember that? Hotels that had windows you could physically open? Now, of course, everything is hermetically sealed from the day the building is done. But he was staying on one of the very top floors, and he had the window open to let in some fresh air, which in Chicago would be quite windy. And Mel Brooks was there trying to sell him on a new gag for next week's show. And Sid was just not in the mood. He said, "Mel, drop it. Mel, drop it." And Mel wouldn't drop it. If you ever see Mel Brooks in action, he never drops anything. Suddenly, Sid Caesar, who was twice Mel Brooks's size, walked over, grabbed him by the throat, picked him up off the ground with one arm, and held him out the window, his feet dangling some 20 stories over the Chicago sidewalk. And he said, "Now, are you going to let it go, or do I let you go?" And Mel just went, "I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go." And Sid put him right back in it. Everything was fine. I've had some pretty amazing bosses in my life, but I never had to put up with that nonsense. Wow.